All right, I didn't think about example 4 when we set our foldable up. So if you're like me and you're out of room and you need a sticky note for example 4, I have left sticky notes with the sub, so go ask her for a little yellow sticky note. All right, so example 4 is 4x squared minus 8x plus 1. First thing I want you to do is I want you to pause the video and I want you to try to substitute in the negative b, calculate the b squared minus 4ac, and substitute in the a. So pause the video and try that part. All right, let's see how you did. A was 4, B is negative 8, C is positive 1. So when you substitute this in, x equals opposite of b, b is already negative 8, so it's going to be positive 8, plus or minus the square root. Let's see how well you calculated your b squared minus 4ac. B squared is negative 8. Remember, you have to put parentheses around the negative number. B squared minus 4 times your a value times c. You should have come out to 48. If you didn't get 48, pause the video and recalculate your b squared minus 4ac. All right, so under the square root is 48. All divided by 2 times a is 4. Now again, based on the value of the discriminant, 48, we expect this to have 2 real roots. So just like example 1, we expect it to cross the x-axis twice. If you graph this equation, you should see the same thing. All right, so this time when we get ready to simplify and straighten it up, 48 does not have a perfect square root. If you're not sure, you can try it in your calculator, but do not write that decimal down, okay? It doesn't work. So this is where you're going to have to use the factor tree that we worked on yesterday. So I want you to pause the video and I want you to factor out 48 to its primes and then start it back. All right, no matter which number you started with first, let's see if we still get the same primes. So I'm going to start with 4 and 12. You could have started with 2 and 24, 6 and 8, doesn't matter. 4 will go into 2 and 2, 2 and 2 are prime. 12 can be 2 and 6, 3 and 2. Okay, now from your video and your review yesterday, you take out the pairs. So I have a pair of 2s I can bring out. And I have a second pair of 2s that I can bring out. Remember, if you bring more than one pair out, they're multiplication. This poor 3 has no partner. He stays under the radical. So that simplifies to 4 square roots of 3. Okay, I'm going to draw a line to kind of separate that out. So then when I come back over here, that leaves me with x equals 8 plus or minus 4 square roots of 3. Okay, that just came from our factor tree. 8 plus or minus 4 square roots of 3 divided by 8. At this point, you need to simplify this fraction if it can. But in order for this fraction to simplify, guys, it's going to simplify all 3 of these terms. Helps if my pen's open. Okay? All 3 of these terms must reduce in order for it to simplify. So if you need to write yourself a note, all 3 must simplify. Okay, all three must simplify. Now, you don't use what's under the square root, only the numbers in front. Okay, all three of those numbers, the biggest number they're divisible by is the 4. So what you're going to do is you're going to divide every one of these numbers by 4. 8 divided by 4. 2. Plus or minus. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 square root of 3. But guys, you don't write the understood 1. So the top simplifies to 2 plus or minus the square root of 3 all over. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Now, depending on the college professor you have, some of them will make you split this plus or minus up, just like we did on example 1. But where we're at for now, I'm going to let you leave it together. So in your solution set on the ones that have square roots, because you can't simplify that any farther, you can leave it as 2 plus or minus the square root of 3 over 2. Okay? So, if you're left with a square root in the second term, you do not have to split your plus or minus up. You can leave it together. But if you want to split it up, you're more than welcome to. But if it's like example 1, where it's whole numbers, you have to simplify whole number fractions down to basic answers. Okay? The only one you're allowed to keep together, again, is if it has a square root still left in the answer. So I want you to try the next few problems on your own.